So what is your name?
Julia Pushko.
And what year are you?
I'm a junior,
And what's your major?
exercise science.
So my first question is, do you feel that college is stressful on students?
Yes, definitely. I feel stressed personally. Time living away from home on your own, you have to kind of be responsible for yourself. Also, it's like picking a major is really stressful. I think the younger students, like freshmen, sophomore, are more stressed out about just being in college and kind of like making friends and stuff like that. And the juniors and seniors are stressed out more about like what to do after college and where am I going to work and stuff like that.
Have you ever felt stressed or had anxiety during your time as a student?
Definitely, yes. There were times where I was very stressed out. I think the worst thing is procrastinating because, you know, I'm the type of person, I have to write everything down. I have to make lists because if I don't do that, then I'll forget what I want to do, and that's what stresses me out the most. And also grades. I get really stressed out if my grades fall below like a B. Like I'm really like A's and B's only. So that's what stresses me out the most. Okay.
So what are some of your coping methods for when you get stressed out?
I rely on my family. I try to spend time with my family. I go outside a lot. I think my favorite thing to do is just take walks outside. Me and my dad love to go hiking. I go to the woods a lot, just kind of, just to, you know, relax. And also staying physically active is really important. So doing yoga, of course, and yeah, I like to swim, and I also I used to be a dancer, so I like to dance a little bit. Just staying active and being outside is my way of coping.
Does teaching yoga benefit you more than just physically?
Actually, I think teaching yoga, I think the physical benefit of it is like the smallest part. I think teaching yoga is definitely mentally and spiritually, even emotionally, I think it's really hard. Of course, it's physically beneficial because I'm, you know, doing the yoga and I have to talk through it, and it's really hard to do that physically. But I think it's hard for me because I've only been teaching yoga for 3 weeks or so. So it's really new. I've never taught anything before this. And teaching yoga, you have to be the most aware person in the room. You have to be really aware of what people are doing with their bodies, making sure they're not hurting themselves, and I guess it's difficult because you're creating a moment for people too. You know, it's hard to put people at ease with the sound of your voice and the things that you say. I think that's what makes it really hard, is that, you know, it's hard to put people in a place where they can kind of be calm and meditate, and you know, it's hard to have that kind of sense of awareness of what's going on in the room. And yeah, I think that's probably it.
And what do you think are some benefits of taking a yoga class?
Well, there's physical benefits, there's mental benefits, and even spiritual benefits too. I think physically, you get, of course, increased flexibility, increased strength, better blood circulation, your nerves get stronger. Mentally, you know, there's increased focus, increased self-awareness even, and spiritually, I guess, you know, yoga really offers you like a quiet time to sort of come to yourself. And, you know, if you're religious at all, it's a great time to pray. Actually, yoga originated as a 100% spiritual practice. It was not even meant to be about physically burning calories at all. It was about just sitting and syncing your breath with your mind, and it was about kind of cultivating an inner awareness within yourself, and not at all about physical. So it kind of evolved into a physical thing. But.
And do you have to have any experience to take one of your yoga classes?
Absolutely not, because you know everyone has to start somewhere, and there's always a first day for everything. So I mean, you're never going to get experienced unless you just kind of jump into it and just do it. So I would say definitely not. You know, that's the other thing that's really hard about teaching yoga, is that there's so many different types of students. You know, beginners and experienced people, and you have to kind of try to make a class that tailors to everyone, and I try my best to do that.
Yeah.
So definitely.
And do you believe that working out in a group environment can help with your stress, with someone's stress or their anxiety?
Yeah, absolutely. I think people are motivated by people, and if you have your friends around with you, it kind of makes it all more fun. It makes it kind of feel more like you're just socializing and having fun and not just like working out. And I think that kind of puts purpose behind what you're doing. So definitely find people to work out with you, come to a yoga class with you.
Yeah. And then, do you have any advice for a student currently struggling with anxiety?
Don't procrastinate. Get a planner, make lists, set your priorities, you know. Write the most important things big, and then the less important things really small, and just not cross things off the list, you know, to make sure that you get everything done. And get at least an hour of some type of physical activity every day, at least. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. Take some time to sort of find what works for you. I recommend yoga, you know, or hiking or swimming, but you have to find, I think, what works for you best.
And you're going to look at me, not the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be creepy.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name's Sarah Joseph.
And what's your job title?
Here I'm the Assistant Director of Fitness.
So what do you do at the gym?
It's basically my job to oversee the weight room in the group fitness room, as well as all staff and programs about fitness.
I was having this issue yesterday, and I don't know, like it'll just randomly stop sometimes. Okay. Last time I promised. How long
Okay.
have you been at Upstate?
I've been at USC Upstate since the beginning of September.
Okay. So what is your main goal for the group fitness program here at USC Upstate?
Well, fitness is a huge passion of mine. So every program that I make here, I really want others coming to the gym to kind of get a little hint of that passion. So just getting people active, getting them off the couch.
What made you passionate about fitness?
Kind of a combination of things. So when I was in high school, I got more involved in sports, and I noticed that I started to feel better physically and mentally. And also growing up, I had been visiting my grandparents in and out of nursing homes, and I knew that that wasn't something that I wanted for myself.
And what are some benefits of going to a group fitness class?
The benefits, you know, are wide-ranging. There's something for if you've been exercising for years. There's the social kind of accountability to it. You start to develop relationships with other regulars that go to the classes and relationships with the group fitness instructors. So it helps you kind of stay motivated and continue to go to those types of classes. The other really great thing about the group fitness classes that we offer here is that we have strength type classes, we have flexibility type classes, we have cardio type classes like the grind class, the Zumba class, cardio kickboxing. And the good thing about having that variety is that you're working on total fitness, not just one specific aspect of it.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about group fitness classes?
The biggest one that I've noticed here is that people think they already have to be in shape to go to a group fitness class. And I think that holds a lot of people back from trying them out. But in reality, our instructors are awesome. They work well with all fitness levels and types. We give modifications. So if anybody ever had any reservations about trying something new or potentially being judged, everybody who goes to a group fitness class has one goal: to kind of better themselves. So they really shouldn't worry about that.
So who is eligible to attend the group fitness classes here?
So Spartan X group fitness classes are available to anybody with a membership. So that's students, faculty, staff with memberships, and if they wanted to bring a friend that didn't go to school here, we also have day passes. So it's free with a membership.
And are there people who shouldn't come to these types of classes, like people with asthma or heart conditions or other physical impairments?
There are very few populations that are not able to engage in a low-intensity physical activity program. So if somebody, say, did have a condition or they were a high-risk population, they could still come to the classes and just take those lower intensity modifications.